So let's get out of the way that we want to talk first about the levels of what a virtual event can be to save ourselves from wasting an enormous amount of time and energy. There are actually 3 levels. We ascend them C, B, A of the quality and effort that are necessary for a virtual conversation. C isn't a production or a performance at all. It's just a conversation. C is you're talking with your internal team, you're working on a budget, you're just kind of hanging out in whatever virtual platform you use and you're working. That is not a presentation. And many of the things that I'm going to teach you about production, lighting, eye contact, they don't apply. It's just a conversation. In fact, in C, you could pick the laptop up, you could go make coffee. Why am I stressing that so much? This is an exhausting medium. And if we don't understand when and how to turn off the effort, we'll never, ever have the energy that we need left over for what's really important. Now, in B, you move up a notch. B is we're getting down to business. Maybe you're applying for a job. Maybe you're pitching a superior person that you really want to impress. Maybe you're courting a client. B is a little bit more high stakes. And so in B, you'll spend more time in preparation and you'll spend more time in thinking about how you look visually, physically, and in terms of your production values. And A, that's the big game. That's where you're doing the big pitch for the client. You're in front of the C-suite. Whatever for you is the big game. If you think of it this way, if we were at a live conference, C, you're chatting in a hallway. B, you're maybe on a panel. And A, you're the keynote speaker. In virtual, we can think of it this way. C, your cute little dog is on your lap. B, your cute little dog is just outside the room. And A, your cute little dog is out of the house because we don't want to hear him on a big A presentation. It can work great for executives and teams to code for each other that you can put it in the calendar if something is C, B, or A, and then you all know what you're working on. I will tell you this, when you're in the realm of C, please do consider if you're allowed in your own team culture to turn the cameras off entirely. I know that cameras on has become the norm, but there is lots of research now. I've been pushing the research. Adam Grant's been pushing the research, showing that the collective intelligence of a group is actually higher sometimes when we just can relax and turn them off. Why? Because all those micro distractions of how do we look and was that a cat and what's on their bookshelf, all of that just gone when we go back to the world of audio and we can relax. Maybe we close our eyes a little bit. We get away from this incredibly taxing visual of the screen all the time, and we can actually really just think and listen. One of the hardest things in this medium is the question of eye contact, because I'm making eye contact with you now because I'm looking into the lens of the camera. Today we're in a studio because this is a big event for you, but if I was home, I would be looking into the little tiny dot of my webcam, and my eyes would desperately want to go and look at the person, but if I wanted to look at you, I'd have to look at the dot. And this is a constant back and forth. It's a debate within the world of virtual. Do we relax and look at the person, or do we give and look at the dot? And it goes back and forth. You'll have to play with it. But what you need to understand is that there's something unlocked in the human brain when people receive direct eye contact. It makes them more open. It makes them more ready to create human connection, but only if the eye contact is real and direct. And that slight change of me looking at the picture of you breaks it. One way you can optimize is to put the thumbnails a little bit higher on your, whatever you use for a platform. If you can move the thumbnails up a little higher, then the flicking of the eye between looking in the lens and looking at the face is smaller, although you do have to look just at the small face. Think of it this way. When you're making eye contact, it's for them. And when you're taking a little time looking at the face, it's for you. And a little for them and a little for you. You want to say something really important? Look at the lens. You want to say the big number of your pitch when it comes to the money line? Look at the lens. You want to say something confrontational or interesting or pivotal? Look at the lens. And the rest of the time you can toggle back and forth.